you know when you play with your children and you do make believe, and you sort of like, you know, you have your little tea party thing, or like, oh, have a cup of tea, thank you very much, and things like that. And yeah, back to Squishies a little bit coming back and forwards on them, but yeah, have that in mind. Yeah, so as you can see, if you're playing shops, role play, tea parties, whatever it may be, this is what we're going to be doing today. So to get you writing your sketch pads out, I should say, I'm going to sketch some little food items. So a little Coca-Cola bottle of pop here, well, bottle, little can of pop, but it's just a little rectangle. It's nothing hard, guys. And if you're struggling with anything that you think you want it like exactly like it is, just get it off Google and stuff like that, and then just print it out and cut it out, and you can make your squishies this way. So we are going down the squishy path here again, and I just think, yeah, while we're on it, there's some really cool things we can be doing now. This is why it's really good. So we're going to do some little fries, some little Mackie D's, a little donut, lots of little food items that we can use, a little watermelon within our little, if you want to call it, you know, if you're playing shops with the kids, little burger and stuff like that. Skittles, love sweeties. And a gingerbread, of course, and not forgetting a delicious ice cream. Yeah, so just a few little food things here. Can't resist a little box of Frosties, a bit of cereal. You'd go to buy that, wouldn't you? And also, the kids love at the minute Bread's Barbershop on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it, with these little characters of Wilk instead of milk, and Choco and sausage, and it's really, honestly, even as an adult, it's really calming to watch, actually. So yeah, start colouring in after that. You know, you've sketched a few bits out, start colouring everything in. So we're just going to have a few little items here that we can use in our little, you know, shop or role play or whatever you might want to call it, and make little squishies out of these as well. So do them in any little things you want, but this is the type of things that kids would obviously eat. So, and what they enjoy anyhow. They might not have it all the time, but maybe it's what they enjoy. So just start, yeah, sketching out, getting colour in, colour it all in, and then you'll have a little sketch pad full of your little colour creations here. Now, with the sketch pad though, making the little squishies, that paper card you could call it, it's quite tough, can be quite stiff. So once you've started colouring everything in, you've done that, what we're going to do after that is we're going to scan all of our stuff into the scanner. So I know not everybody might have a scanner or a printer and things, but you can just do it directly. Do it direct from the sketch pad and cut them out. There's nothing wrong with that. But what's handy about using your scanner and bringing that into it is that you can keep whatever you create or make or sketch or draw or paint or whatever it may be. And then if you want to cut it out, you want to layer on top, you want to, you know, stick it and glue in, you want to stick it on something, you want to make a collage, you want to make it bigger and make it smaller, whatever you may want to do, you can do that once you've got it scanned in. And if you get a decent scanner as well, just on the scanner note, then you've got a really good version of it. And of course you can tweak it in Photoshop and things like that, and other software. So here is my scanner, my Epsom scanner. I got this specifically for art. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And we're just gonna, my drawings aren't very big, see my little sketch pad there. So these are going to be little food items that we're going to make in the Squishables. So here we go. Here's all my scans here. So, well, printouts. So my printer isn't the best, to be honest. So it's not the same colours as my sketch pad here. And that's okay. That's fine, you know. And you can layer on top of this. So you could go over this, redo stuff with your bright colours and your pens again. You could do that, no problem. Now we're not going to make it do that. We'll have a little go, but not a lot. We're just going to do little bits here. So as you can see, the colours are a little bit more vibrant, obviously, in my sketchpad, but that's okay. And you're going to print out 2 of each, because we're going to do them back to back. And the reason for that is you can just colour it one colour, so that's the colour, if say the back of the person or back of the food item. But actually, if it's flopping around everywhere, it's, you know, you're playing with it, it's good to have it double-sided, then you've no confusion of what the actual little food item is. So that's why we've got 2. So we're just going to cut them out, as with my little scissors action there, cut all of them out, and just roughly cut them out, just so you get a square of each. Don't go intricately round all the little arms and legs. See Mr.Bread there with his scissors and that. Don't go right round that, just do a square. Keep it nice and simple. Just do a shape, whatever the shape is, go around the shape. then we can get all these shapes together, and we're just going to go back to back, as you can see there. And then it just makes it easier, a lot easier. So when you're taping these together and we're doing the laminating part with the sellotape, it's just nice and easy. It's just, you've got double it, and then when you're playing with it or whatever you're doing with the kids, it's quite cool because it's going to fall on one side. You're not going to think, oh, what's that? It's just brown or red, or no, it's a little Coca-Cola or whatever it may be, because it's on both sides. And it saves you the job of you physically drawing and doing both sides. Print it out, you got to. And also the main part is this gets printed out on printer paper. So squishies are more squishable, if you want to call it that, if it's on printer paper. It's just the way it is. It's just, yeah, the more tougher it is, the more it starts getting to card and that type of thing, it's going to be a bit more challenging, a bit more difficult. It's not challenging, it's just going to not be as, you can't squish it as much, that's all. So if you want it to be, you know, really nice and squishy, and you've got some decent things to go inside with the stuffing, then, you know, do it all right first time round. And the good thing about it as well, if you need to tweak anything, you can layer it with more your colourings and your paint pens. So like, I know Posca pens is a big brand, but any paint pens will do. I love anything like that where you can just keep layering up and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't work. Some things you might want to make it exactly the size, so I'm making this Coca-Cola can sort of very, very close to the size it is. But remember, whatever you make, the minute you start puffing it out with stuffing, it's gonna shrink, it's gonna be a lot smaller. So yeah, just to give you an idea on your size, if you might want to make it a little bit bigger, because it is going to be smaller if you puff it out. And also a lot of these as well is just single-sided. That's okay, nothing wrong with that. So the sellotape side, the reason I'm showing you this is a cheap roll of sellotape. This is from the pound shop, and it was a bit rubbish. And then I did notice a difference with the actual, look how clear there, it's like a gloss almost, it's so clear. The actual sellotape brand, and also Scotch tape, what probably was originally right at the beginning, them two brands, these are amazing, and they're very, very clear now. I'm pointing at this technology part, they say that goes into it now, and there is definitely something changed within this type of thing, because it is really clear, and it doesn't seem to like, you know, when it goes like a yellow left in time, like as longer you leave it, goes like a yellow in colour. These seem to stay quite white, actually. They're okay. So I would advise getting a bit more of a decent brand when it comes to this laminating part, and you're going to just cover all of your little items, because I notice a difference from the cheapy pound shop version. So definitely do that. And also, like I said before, these are going to be just back to back, and that's fine. It'll still have that 3D effect, and that's okay. It's just really easy doing it that way, but you can make it even more 3D. So the box of the Kellogg's, the Frosties for instance, we're going to add the sides on that, so you know it's like a box shape. So to make that more 3D, as in the box shape. So you can do that, just a little bit more work. Obviously you've got to add your sides and tape your sides, but in a squishable factor it does make it a bit more squishy, and obviously it stands upright as well if you needed to do that. If it's in like a little, you know, pretend play shop setting for instance, that would probably work quite well if you had a few little boxes of things, or washing powder, or all your little shopping items. Making them like in a 3D setting like that might actually be a bit better for you and work a lot better. So also your little characters here, the reason why I've got another pen out and I'm colouring again is to make it easier on the characters. Just colour in, so always test things on a bit of paper first, just test it out. So your little character here, I'm just going to colour in the outside. So the little Choco here, I'm not going to go over this too long, just to give you a quick idea of that. We're just going to colour this in. So just going to colour in and colour the other side as well in a different colour, and it just does something. It just, rather than just the white and you know it's on paper and you've printed it out, it just gives it that little bit more edge, and the blend with the colours that it's already got, it just goes. Put on a little bit of colour. You could have done a vibrant bright poppy colour, but I've just gone with some really nice pastel colours, so it's a bit more just, it's a little bit more subtle, but you know, you are making a shape, and the little character is there, and it goes well with the character as well. So yeah, so all of these, if it's anything intricate, don't feel you have to completely like intricately cut round it and then you maybe ask someone else to do it because you can't do it. Just keep it really simple, man. Keep it really, really simple. I mean, looking back here, I probably should have rounded round her hair maybe, because that would have made the character a bit more funky. So I kept the square bottom but rounded round the hair. Just looking at that there. But anyhow, it doesn't matter. You just do it however way you want. That's okay. And then the same with the other side as well. Just thought, you know what? You don't have to do it the same colour, the same side. Do it a different colour. I thought do it a nice blue, a nice pink. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can change that up, and obviously you can add stuff in the background as well if you wanted to add a background, like if she was in a specific place like the barbershop, or Mr.Bread was in the barbershop, or he was, you know, the scenery of the background, you could put that in as well. So there's lots of different things that you could do here, but you can make this really, really simple if you wish, and just put all the colour in and lay that down as much as you can. And also you don't forget, even if you have, you know, laminate and you've put all your sellotape down and you've got everything done, with things like the paint pens, the Posca pens and stuff like that, you can possibly lay on top of that as well. So even if it's glossy and it's, you just got to wait for it to dry, I would imagine that would be probably the only thing. And you might, once it is dry, you might have to re-laminate, don't know. But that's just if you've missed something out. So if you've missed like a highlight of the eye or something like that where it would really go pop, then do that and then just laminate over it. That should work okay. I would have thought with that too. But don't forget these scrap bits of paper, because you don't want to be writing all over your desk and things like that. So after that, once everything's cut out and you're sorted, you've got everything there ready, you've got it doubled, you've got it coloured, you know your shapes. It now is time for the laminating part. So get your nice tape. We don't want the rubbish stuff, we want the good stuff preferably. I know it's a little bit more, but it will be worth it. You will see, if you want these to last a long time, I do think it's worth investing in just a little bit more, a better brand of tape. So get everything together, double, because we're going to put it on the back, and then we're going to take each part and we're going to start putting tape over the parts. Now also what I noticed as well is that when you do put the tape over, if the bottom of whatever you do it on, your table for instance, I got these like funny, can you see, like it looks like almost like a mat if that makes sense. It's like a mat on top of my glass table, because this is a glass desk I've got, and I got these from IKEA, and it's got like almost a rubbery type of feel to it. Not rubbery, like rubbery plastic, but what it's really good for is it's really good for like you can, you know, laying down tape, laying down stuff, it'll just peel back off, no problem. It won't stick to it, it's not going to adhere to it. So anything craft wise that you need to just temporarily just stick down, even if you were doing like a watercolour or something like that, it would stick no problem, and it's not going to completely stick to the desk. Where if you try to stick this to glass, you're probably going to have a bit of time peeling that off. So that might be handy, something to get. And also the way I'm rubbing them scissors, the back of the scissors over the tape, if you do that once you've stuck it down, you will see the colour will really start to come through, and any lines that you've overlapped with the tape will also like really like adhere together really well, and you won't even see the line. If you've got decent tape and you know you get that tape and you rub it over like that, you won't even see the line. It's really, really good. So definite good tip there to get the colour to really pop through. You'll just see instantly the brown, the green, whatever it is, it'll just come through. Like the laminator itself, if you laminate stuff, it really comes through, doesn't it? So as you can see there, you can see even the lines. Look, where are the lines? You can't really see. It's really good stuff. So really good way of doing that. Definitely get the good tape. And as you can see, it's quite thick. This Scotch tape is quite thick, which is good. So it's just going to last a lot longer with everything. So just to quicken up here, so all you've got to do is trim everything after that. The minute you've got tape around it, peel it back up, trim it round. I've used a white Posca pen here, you can see here, just to do some highlights. So highlights in the eyes, highlights in the hair and the things, and food items. It just makes it go pop. Little seeds, things like that, and the bun and the berries and the, you know, whatever it may be, the watermelon, sorry. So yeah, so once you've done all of them, get your tape and start. Then I would get smaller tape for the bit that you're putting together. I've got the actual sellotape here, and I'm putting that together really small. Then you've got your stuffing, your wadding, your insert, your bags, your paper, whatever you want to use. This is still HelloFresh. Oh, it's still going well. So yeah, stuff that in. And there's two things you can do about this. If you want an actual little character of some sort, you can really stuff this, and it's going to be nice and firm, and it's going to look really cool. But remember that it's not going to look that squishy, and it'll not feel that squishy. So sometimes actually overstuffing is not a good thing, you know, because it's not going to get that squishable sort of feeling to it. So have a think what you're actually making to get that squishiness, if that makes sense. So just like, yeah, if you want it to be quite squishy, just medium fill it. If you want it to be really tough and firm because you want it to be a little food item, you want to stand it up on something, you want to showcase something, you want to use it as almost like an ornament, then really stuff it, and it'll look really good. But yeah, these are really cool. And again, with the characters, if you've the same again, if it's like 3D, so if it's in a box type of way, then don't overstuff it as well, because you're gonna hear that like hiss when you're squeezing it, and you're not gonna get that if you overstuff it and overfill it with the stuffing or the foam. And you can use anything for that, as we've said. You don't need to have like fancy stuff, and that's just what I had laying around. That wasn't fancy. This is just, like I said, from the HelloFresh meals. So don't feel you've got to have anything fancy for that, and you'll love it. So yeah, we're going to tape the ends up now. So you just got to just literally puff it back in, get your little bit of tape ready, and just tape over that little end, and then just wrap it over, and then just continue the same on right to the end. Just stuff it in, get your little bits of tape, and it does help with this size tape. And also you are going to get fingerprints on this, so I'm being very quick here, like very quick. If you didn't want any fingerprints on this, what I would do is I would tape it a little bit down, and I wouldn't see I'm pressing the tape, I wouldn't press it all the way down. I would get your scissors and just trim that end off, and that will just take away your fingerprint. So if you do get any fingerprints, I mean, it is a good idea to wash your hands before this, because that lessens fingerprint marks and stuff like that. So if you've been messing on with food or anything like that, you will get them fingerprints a lot on your tape. So that is a little top tip for that as well. But yeah, once we're done there, you can just tape that last little bit of end there. This is the exciting part, because you're getting to the end. And also that nice taping you've done in the middle, you'll see the fingerprints as well if you've got a lot of fingerprints everywhere. So yeah, it's a good idea to do that. So just puff it up, yeah, and there we go. There is Mr. Bread there from the Mr.Bread Barbershop. And yeah, if you love anything Mr. Bread and the series and Netflix, then definitely do some of these characters, because oh, we love these characters in our house. The kids love it, man. They just, yeah. And it is really calming to watch for some reason when they do all the hair creations with the, I don't know what it is about it, but it is. It's very bizarre, but it's really good. So yeah, so we're just going to go through all of the other little characters now, and obviously I'll skip that part so you won't have to watch individually, because you know how to do it now. So get to the rest of your characters. And once everything, so now here everything's laminated now, so we've done all that part, skipped all that bit, so you are ready now just to put everything together. So that was the frosty box that we're going to make a little bit more 3D for you, but everything else now, we are ready. Here we go, we've got everything there laminated ready, our Skittles, our Frosties, our burger, all of our little stuff. And remember as well, the more tape you put as you're going around the edges, the more tape you cover your little character or whatever it is in, the less you're going to see of the actual whatever you've drawn, painted, whatever it may be. So try and not put as much on when you are doing the outer tape. So here's the 3D box set. So all I've done is just added a couple of extra strips, that's all. So just literally just look where it's at, stick it on the same side, cut it out, measure it up, and then stick that together. So we've got some of these squishies already done and dusted there, and I'm going to tape up the other box and you will see that in a jiff. So here we go, here is all the items. Little watermelon, yeah. Little Coca-Cola. It's in these are all little, I've done these extra mini just because obviously they're going to be little food items to go with Caleb and those little shop things. A little burger, yay! So it's meant to be this small, but you can do a lot bigger if you want. You don't need to do them this small. This is this size because of a reason, and you'll see that. You've seen a little clip of that at the beginning. Little gingerbread. What have we got next? Oh, a little donut. Yes, 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 yes. And oh, little ice cream. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it was funny with that. I was pretending to lick it all the time because it was so funny. Little fries, Mackie D's. Oh yeah. Oh, Skittles. Who doesn't love Skittles? Oh, I've got a sweet tooth. One of my favourites. One of my favourites. Oh, I love it. Now Frosties, and here we go. See, so you can do it in a 3D sort of way, and it puffs up really nice. There's something very oh, it's like one of them stress relief balls when it's like in this type of shape, and it's just not overly packed. It's very nice. It's, you could just squeeze it all day. Yeah, little sausage there from Mr.Bread Barbershop. Yeah, and we got Mr.Bread. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Looking groovy. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And of course Choco. Yeah, she's looking good, and look at all the colours look good with the blue and the pink as well. It looks really cool, so definitely have a go at that as well. Really, really cool. And of course Wilk. Yeah, not a milk but a Wilk. Yes. He's a one-off character. Be proud. So yeah, so the pink and the yellow, loving that. So yeah, have a go of this. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. So all of our little things together here. So now we're going to put them up together. And oh, there's one thing that I did get, and I'm going to put these all together and you'll see this, is that from the delightful M&S, Marks and Spencer's, the kids, they had these little mini metal shopping trolleys, if you want to call it that, like the tiny, and my boys have just like been obsessed with this little trolley in their room for ages. It's like, it's tiny, and this is part of the reason why these are so tiny, because I thought, yeah, these will all fit in the little trolley. You'll see. So they're all little mini weeny ones, so feel free to do a bit bigger. And actually the Coca-Cola, I'd probably go do a round lid, round can thing for that if I was going to do that again. So that would look a bit cool if you made that with the round lid as well, not just the little packet. That would look really, really good. So get all your things together, and here is the little trolley that I was talking about. And this is why these things are so small, because it's really cute. Look at this little mini trolley. So I don't know if you can get them now, if you can get them online, if you're wondering where you get these little trolleys from. I don't know. This is from M&S. They were selling them like actually at the store at the time in the UK. Yeah, so, but anyway, this is for, look, it all fits in. Kids gonna love this. They've actually wanted stuff. They said, we've got now to put in our shopping trolley. Well, you have now. So here you go. So yeah, these little, it's cool, man. You got to get in the play mode. You got to get in that zone, haven't you, to have a mess around and a play. So we're going to take this now just upstairs, and I'm going to show you some of the kids' toys that they normally play with their shops and stuff that they absolutely love, and how we can incorporate these little squishies along with that as well. So here we are. Oh, here we are. So let's get the little till out. Let's get the tray out. This is their little bag here. This little canvassy bag thing. We've got these all over the room with all the different toys. But they do like playing this sort of like interactive, like shops and cafes and post offices and all these random things that they like to play. And it's great. Role play is great for the kids. Always encourage that, their little imaginations, everything like that. It's, you know, and try and make time for them as well, and they love it when mum and dad joins in, you know, in this as well. So definitely have a little go of this. So I'm going to get all this out, and we're going to see what my little no bear thinks of this in a minute, because he is just playing in the other room there, well, in my room, probably getting up to all sorts of mischief, and I just thought I'll just get this out and just see what he thinks of these little characters as well when we get everything out. And this is why I've done the characters too, because the characters can join in part of the thing. So if it's like Mr. Bread wanting a little, you know, the dad, no, a little sandwich or a little something, or a little cup of tea or some chips or some, it's tea time, it's lunchtime, whatever it is, you can also join the characters in. And of course this is their favourite character, well, one of their favourite characters at the moment. Yeah, that is really good. So definitely bring it all together and get as much things you can. And some of this is a lot of this is from like IKEA and things like this, of the soft food, and Smith's Toys with a little tray and the little cup and saucer and the things like that. So you can get loads of stuff like that. But it's yeah, it's interesting because obviously I know with my boys, and they're being boys, but sometimes they do just love going into this little bit of a, you know, just playing shops and zone. And they did have, when they were young, well, when Caleb was young, he had a proper little kitchen, little things, but yeah, we got rid of that years ago, give it to the nursery. But yeah, but now they've just got this little sort of mini bag of stuff. But it's just the role play side they love. So yeah, get this ready, get this out, and I will see what my little No Bear thinks of this in a moment. So yeah, let's just see this. It's all set out here, we're all ready, and yeah, all the little characters. I'm really chuffed with these. They've come out really, really, really well. So chuffed. So let's see. Here, Noah. What's this? What is this? Yeah. Thank you. And what is that? A cup of tea. Can I have a cup of tea? Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's lovely. That's a nice cup of tea. Oh, can I have one of these? Could you pour it out? Could you pour it out for me? Could you pour it? Oh, thank you. Could I have one? Thank you, darling. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's a lovely cup of tea. Thank you very much. They're good. So how nice is that? It's just great. So, and if you like the characters as well, my little ones are absolutely loving the Mr.Bread, the Barbershop. So this is where these characters are from, like Wilk and Mr.Bread and Choco and Sausage. The other characters, they're just mad on them. So I thought it went really well with the whole sort of like, you know, the little trolley and this little trolley thing. This was at M&S at the time. They were selling these little trolley things you could buy. One of my little was like, oh, well, a little trolley. I was like, oh, I'll get you a little trolley. Yeah, fair enough. So that they love that with the play stuff. So obviously with all of it, like you do loads of different ones you like, but I do think it's such a cool thing just to do your little type of things. If there's just a little donut or little McDonald's fries or a little Coca-Cola or a burger, or I mean even, oh man alive, this is probably the main one. Because my littlest one, Noah, thinks it's SpongeBob's Krabby Patty. So yeah, we're going to be probably doing a bit of that as well. SpongeBob will be there in the pipeline somewhere along the line. Hitting all the characters. We love getting creative this way. So yeah, give it a go. Your little ones will love it. And the whole like you know, the role play side, pretending you're a little shopkeeper or something like that, and you're playing shops and you're a little cafe and you're getting your food and you're buying stuff. It's great for real life stuff, isn't it, with the kids? So yeah, enjoy, have fun with your little characters, your squishy things. Have fun. And don't forget as well to go and check out the other videos on the squishies if you're interested in that. Yeah, links are all there on the next video. See you then. So yeah, like, subscribe here every Tuesday, guys, and more fun to come with all the kids at art. Take care, bye.